Hey, it's Bobby with Your Travel Gurus. I am in about 15, 16 different travel forums. And in the few that I'm in that talk about cruising in Europe, every single day I see the question, can I get from Civitavecchia, am I pronouncing that right?
Civitavecchia.
Civitavecchia. If I could get from Civitavecchia to Rome by train and have enough time to do stuff in Rome. Also, get back in time for my cruise. So I am putting together a video for you on how to get off the ship to the train station, how to order your train tickets, how to get on the train, where to get off the train, and how to get around Rome, then how to get back to the ship. Come with me if you want to. First things first, download the Trainline app. I use this thing quite often, and I learned about it from the locals out there. Everyone out there uses it. So it will get you your tickets that will be used to get on the train, and the conductor will accept it. It'll also show you schedules. So if you want to look at schedules pre-planning your trip to find out how far things are from each other, you can also put in where you want to sit, if it's by a window or with a table, and you can pay for it with different payment plans, as even Apple Pay and PayPal. I live and breathe off of the Trainline app. You can look up from Civitavecchia to Rome Termini and just pick any date. If you know the date that you're going, find that date, put it in. Do it a little bit earlier than when your cruise ship comes in, and it'll show you all the different routes going there. Sometimes it'll only show one good route. That means there's no cruise ships in ports, and they haven't scheduled a lot of routes in there. If the cruise ships are coming in, it'll look more like this. I will be using Google Earth to show you most of this, and the reason why is not because it's easy to use as far as editing goes, because it's not, but it's because you can use Google Earth yourself and find all these same things as I'm doing and follow the same path. This is the cruise port in Civitavecchia. Although it looks like it's walking distance, it really isn't. I would take the cruise ship's shuttle or take a taxi, because time is of the essence to make it to your train the earliest as possible. The train station here isn't very big. It has a small coffee shop in there where you can get a coffee before the train and maybe some pastries to take on the ride with you. But the ride from Civitavecchia is a little bit longer than most people expect. And just to give a little bit of reference of how far it is, and also where the airport is, if you're ending your trip here in Rome, it's nice to kind of know how far away the airport is so you can expect that before you go. The ride itself has some pretty nice scenery. There's a lot of greenery, a lot of farmland. One side will actually have the coast on it, and you can see out into the ocean. But when it comes into Rome, you come through a tunnel. And when you come through the tunnel, you will be coming out right next to the Vatican. And if you look over the left, you will see St. Peter's. Your stop is going to be at Termini Station, and just below Termini Station is the subway, the Blue Line. You'll be taking the Blue Line to Colosseo Station. This is where you're going to start your walk. It also has one of the most beautiful exits for a subway station. I'll tell you this, you do have time to do one tour if you wanted to in Rome. If you wanted it to be a look around the Colosseum, you can get an entrance ticket and look around the Colosseum. You have time for that on this walk. Or if you wanted to go over here to the Forum, you'll need a ticket, but we're walking this way. If you walk along this way, you're gonna see the Forum on your left, but on your right, there's a little road that you could take. And you can sneak in here and see Trajan's Forum and Trajan's Market over here on the right. You can't really go through, so you'll have to backtrack and turn back around onto the main road. We're gonna walk up here and we're gonna look at Piazza Venezia, and if you turn and cross the street, you will end up at the beautiful Altare della Patria. This is a huge monument and a must-see when visiting Rome. Just to the right of there, you can cross the street and walk around the side and go up these staircases, and you'll end up at Capitoline Hill. If you decided to skip the Forum, you can sneak around the backside and get a view of the Forum from the backside of it. But we're gonna go back down the stairs and come back to the front here and cross the street. When you cross the street, you're gonna see the beautiful Trajan's Column. The carvings on here represent the life of Trajan and all the battles he's been through, but we're gonna pass the column. And we're gonna go between there and this dome structure, and behind it there's a set of stairs that we're gonna walk to, and we're gonna go up these stairs. And let me kind of show you what it looks like from Google Earth. And just a little bonus FYI, going up these stairs, there's gonna be a gelato place, and there's also gonna be a little souvenir stand if you wanna quick grab some souvenirs as you're going through. They're both gonna be right here on the left. And if you wanted to walk this yourself, you can do it on Google Earth and just figure out this pathway yourself. But at the top here, we're gonna take a quick left. And we're gonna follow this road here. After we take the left, I'm not gonna try to pronounce the name, but there's a little archway, a street type archway that we're gonna go through. And make sure you pass through this archway, because this little road has like 4 different archways underneath it, and we're going to go through all of them and just head straight this way. And this is what it looks like from the ground. This is from Google Earth. Yeah, but we're heading this way. If you stay on this path and not deter from it, then at the very end of it, it's going to walk you right into the Trevi Fountain. The wonderful Trevi Fountain is a great place to take a selfie or maybe throw a coin in, and you can spend a lot of private time with you and hundreds of your other close friends. But we're not going to stay here long. We're going to move on to the next spot. We're going to head to the building right in front of the Trevi. We're gonna keep to our left, and we're gonna head through the little opening here and just keep these buildings to our left the entire time we're walking through here. If you stay on this path, it's gonna bring you exactly where you need to go. Don't deter from it. You're gonna walk by a whole bunch of artist booths. You're gonna cross this street and just stay on the same path. It's gonna kind of open up and give you a couple options, but we're going to stay on that left option and keep these buildings to our left. Even if you happen to mess this up just a little bit, it's still going to kind of bring you to the same place, and that same place is the Pantheon. You do have a little time to go inside depending on how long the line is, and they're going to be charging about $5 now to enter, which they've had it for free forever, and I'm surprised they did, but it needs a little bit of renovation, so now they're charging $5. When we leave there, we're heading to the right of the Pantheon, and then we're gonna go down the street and take another right. And I'm gonna kind of show you what that looks like before we take our left. This is the building you're gonna take the left next to. You're gonna go right down here. You're gonna go all the way to the end and take another left and then a right. And that's gonna bring you into the beautiful Piazza Navona. On Google Earth, if you click Street View, you'll be able to see quite a few different views of what the area looks like. And you'll also see a lot of restaurants around the perimeter of here. You can have lunch here if you want to, but this is not our lunch spot. We go all the way to the end and just go right through the middle, and we cut through to the main street, and you'll see a crosswalk. We're going to cross it and take a right, and then we're going to take our first left, and take it down to almost the end here. You'll see the market on the left, but on the corner here is Osteria di Fortuna. You can actually see them making the noodles out front, and they taste like they're homemade. Oh my God, the pasta here is so good. We looked up quite a few different best foods in Rome, and this particular place came up quite a few times, and it was reviewed very highly by a lot of people, but they never said how to get there. So you could go watch all the videos you want, and you're gonna see this one there a few times, but this is actually how to get there. Enjoy. It also has the option to eat out front because it's not a very big restaurant, so it gets kind of cramped in there and you get claustrophobic. Also, don't forget about the market next door. If you have the time and you want to look at it, the market next door is pretty neat, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to move on to the next thing. So out in front of the restaurant, we are taking a left. We're going to go down this street just a little while because we're trying to make our way back to that main street that we crossed a little bit ago. So at any point, you could cross back over to that main street. We're going to walk down this until it comes to a fork in the road. Not this one. Don't stop at this one. We're going to go to the bigger fork in the road where we're going to take a right. And I'm going to explain to you how you know it's the right one. When you cross through here, you're going to go down this little street, and there's going to be a lot of shops here, and it's going to give you a chance to do some shopping here. But when you go down to here, once you take this turn, you'll know it's the right turn as you go down here. Here's a kind of view from it from Google Earth so you know it's the right one. A few landmarks for you. But once you walk down here and you start to head down this road, you're going to see off in the distance the Castle of Angels, Castillo d'Angelo. That's where we're going. So we're going to walk down this street and we're going to open up into the area at St. Angelo's Bridge. And straight ahead is going to be Castillo St. Angelo. We're going to walk straight ahead right up into the castle, which used to be the escape route for the Pope if he ever had to escape. But we're not going there. We're taking this left. We're going to take a left and we're going to go follow right along the front of it. And straight ahead, you're going to see St. Peter's Basilica. That's the entrance to Vatican City, straight ahead. There's going to be quite a few different stores and stuff in these plazas, in these big buildings. There's also going to be a Hard Rock Cafe. If you skipped where I suggested lunch and you want to have a more Americanized lunch, that's an option for lunch. This is going to walk you right into St. Peter's Square. And down here is, in the bottom right, is where you would meet if you had a Get Your Guide tour. They meet right there where the two circles kind of come together. At the bottom right of that, that's where they meet up for tours. But if you're not taking a tour and you want to go into St. Peter's Basilica, it's a free entry, but you have to go through security. Sometimes the line is very, very, very long for security, and sometimes it's a little bit shorter. And in this case, on this picture on Google Earth, you can see it's pretty doggone short. If it's this short, go ahead and go in. You have time to do it. I don't know what you skipped or how fast you got here, but you know what your time schedule is. If you want to pick up some rosaries that are blessed by the Pope, one of the best places to buy rosaries is right here on the corner of this building. And I'll show you what it looks like on Google Earth. Let's zoom in down here on Google Earth. So right along the corner here, on the very end, you'll see this little shop here. Mondo Catolico. There's also a little mobile kiosk in front of it that has gelato and other things. Ah! What time is it? We gotta get back to the ship. Come on! The good news is we're not leaving from Termini Station, so we don't have to walk all the way back there. We're going to San Pietro. Go around the side here and up this road. And once you get up to the top of this road, we're going to cross over the crosswalk and we're going to take a left here. Then we're going to cross this intersection. And on the other side, we're going to take an immediate right at that fork. Don't go straight. It's not going to get you there. Make sure you take this right. we're going to go uphill here. Sorry, the end of the day is going to be a little bit uphill. But when you get to the top up here, we're going to keep going over here and keep these buildings to your left. We're going up this road, and at the top of it, it opens up right into San Pietro Station. Make sure you have your tickets. This is San Pietro Station. You could get your tickets going straight back to the cruise port in
Civitavecchia.
And if you wanted to do this in reverse, you could if you wanted to stop at the Vatican first. So it's up to you. Good luck. Okay, I hope this is helping you, and if it is, we already have a lot more videos for a lot of different ports, and we have a lot more coming out, plus the cruise ship tours on the actual ships. We're going to be doing all sorts of vlogs. We have a whole lot coming. We're just getting started. But to see them, make sure you subscribe and like so you know when we have more videos coming up. Next time you may be going somewhere new and we already have it. Or we're getting to it and we have it between now and then. You're never going to know if you don't subscribe. Subscribe.